Case study: R versus Konzani. Introduction. R versus Konzani is a significant legal case that unfolded within the context of criminal law and human rights. It revolves around the prosecution of Mr. Konzani, a defendant accused of a criminal offense. The case attracted attention due to its implications for individual rights and the legal treatment of certain behaviors within society. Background. The case originated from events surrounding Mr. Konzani's actions, which led to legal proceedings against him. Mr. Konzani's background, along with the circumstances that culminated in the charges, are essential for understanding the context of the case. This includes relevant social and historical factors that shaped the events leading up to the legal action. Parties involved. The prosecution in R versus Konzani is represented by the Crown, which brings charges against Mr. Konzani. Mr. Konzani, the defendant, is the individual facing criminal charges. Understanding the backgrounds and roles of both parties is crucial for comprehending their respective positions and interests in the case. Legal issue. At the core of R versus Konzani are the specific criminal charges brought against Mr. Konzani. These charges may include offenses such as assault, theft, or fraud, depending on the circumstances of the case. The legal issue revolves around whether Mr. Konzani's actions meet the elements of the alleged offenses and whether he can be held criminally liable. Procedural history. The procedural history of R versus Konzani outlines the series of steps the case underwent before reaching trial. This includes any PI, trial motions, hearings, or rulings that may have influenced the course of the case. Understanding the procedural aspects provides insight into the legal process and the various stages of litigation. Arguments. Both the prosecution and defense present their arguments during the trial. The prosecution argues that Mr. Konzani is guilty of the charges brought against him, presenting evidence and legal reasoning to support their case. The defense, on the other hand, presents arguments and evidence aimed at establishing Mr. Konzani's innocence or mitigating factors that may reduce his culpability. Court's analysis. The court engages in a comprehensive analysis of the evidence, legal arguments, and relevant legal principles. This analysis includes an examination of witness testimony, forensic evidence, and any other pertinent factors. The court's interpretation of the law and its application to the facts of the case ultimately determine the outcome of the trial. Decision. Following deliberation, the court renders its decision regarding Mr. Konzani's guilt or innocence. If Mr. Konzani is found guilty, the court may impose a sentence or other consequences in accordance with the law. Conversely, if Mr. Konzani is acquitted, he is absolved of criminal liability for the charges brought against him. Impact. The impact of R versus Konzani extends beyond the individual case itself. It may influence future legal proceedings, set precedents for similar cases, or prompt changes in legislation or legal practices. Additionally, the case may have broader societal implications, shaping public discourse or influencing attitudes towards certain behaviors or legal issues. Conclusion. In conclusion, R versus Konzani represents a significant legal case that sheds light on the complexities of criminal law and the judicial process. Through its examination of the parties involved, legal issues at stake, procedural history, arguments presented, court analysis, decision and impact. This case study offers insights into the multifaceted nature of legal disputes and their broader implications within society. If you are a law student and looking for more case studies, visit our website www.mylawtutor.net.